Hi everybody, it's Guy here, the unknown, and today I want to share something important with you, and this is to respond to a comment I once received, I think 2 months back, from somebody who actually asked me to do backtesting, to show them how I backtest and do a video on backtesting. So I'm gonna show you how I do the backtesting, okay? And I've selected a date that I haven't backtested yet, okay? However, if you have been following me for some time, you know that I focus more on the process and I will be executing the same kind of trades I execute in live markets each and every day. Okay. So, guys, as I already said, I backtest more than 4 hours each and every day, and I also read trading books and I also watch trading podcasts. So, I spend most of my time building myself, okay, and striving to become a better person. Okay. So without any further ado, we're gonna jump into it, and I'm gonna be using a tool called SoftFX. It's a very good tool. I have it in the description for those who maybe want it. Okay, and again, we're gonna be having our Saturday meetings tonight around 8 o'clock. I will send those who have the playbook emails today, and I will also host that live on YouTube, so anybody can join, whether you have the playbook or not. You can join. Okay, so those with the playbook will join on Zoom because I want them to be able to ask questions, and those on YouTube can ask questions through the comment section. So guys, it's gonna be a very good meeting, question and answer. Please prepare. Wherever you have questions, bring those questions so that we tackle them together. Okay, the goal is to grow together, okay, and become better. So I'm actually gonna put this box right here. As you can see, this is an hourly time frame, so I don't really need the entire screen. I only need a small portion of it. Okay, so guys, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna allow these charts to run quite quick up until the session beginning. Why? Because you already know that when we look at the strategy, uh, we actually wait for US equity opening time. Okay, and that's when we start looking for a setup. Okay, and that is one of the most important things. So let's do it. Let me increase the speed. Okay, let me increase the speed so that the charts can just run through. And guys, I always want to keep things realistic, hence why I have a very small equity size, which is $100. Okay, so I'm gonna be using it, and once prices reach the equity opening time, I'm gonna lower this so that prices actually run very slow. And the reason is I want everything to be realistic. I want to feel the pain of being patient, because in live charts, once the equity opens, we must be extra patient, waiting for the setup to complete. And then once we are given the evidence, that's when we execute. Okay, so I will be talking here and there, but today I'm not gonna be talking that much because you will be seeing everything in action. Okay, so on a 15-minute time frame, what we have is we have a low. For now, we have a low, and we know everybody can see this low. Okay, as the charts are just exploding. Okay, I'm gonna slow them down when the equity opens. And guys, you will have to be very patient, because I'm gonna wait for the setup to complete. And I believe this will help many people, because the most important thing is actually being patient. Patience is the most important thing. Okay, and okay, when we look on a 5-minute chart, what do we see? Okay, uh so far, what do we see? So far, what I see is I see on a 550-minute time frame, I can say that we have something like trapped volume below uh, the high of the previous day, and as well as below the closing price of the previous day. I hope you can see that as well. Okay, and then another thing we have on a 5-minute time frame, let's see what we have. Okay, we have prices that have just been rising. Okay, that's good. And then again, what happens? Okay, I see prices that are actually okay. You see, now we have different trend lines. Okay, let me not take it from the low, because already I've identified the low on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so I have something like this. Okay, yes, this is what I have. Okay, okay, because here it actually touches more points as it would here. So uh It's not about being perfect when drawing these lines, okay? It's about understanding what you're doing, okay? So as I can see on a 15-minute time frame, we have volume trap down here, and right now this is an explosive kind of trend. I've spoken about this trend countless times, where they trap volume, they trap, like they give you two different trend lines, okay? But again, we are not making any conclusion up until we uh, get the full story from the charts themselves. So on a 1 hour time frame, I'm not gonna be doing much. I'm just gonna be observing what they are actually doing, okay? So as you can see, the session hasn't started yet. Oh, wow. I'm pausing it, I'm pausing it, I'm pausing it. Okay. Now the session has begun. So as the session has begun, now we have to start looking forward for our criterias. Okay. The first criteria, as you can see, I'm on a 15-minute chart right now, is can we see trap volume? Yes. And the reason I'm doing this on a 15-minute time frame is the fact that, okay, if you look at a 1 minute time frame, you can't really see everything. The trapping and everything is not that much visible. And when you look at a 5 minute time frame, you see it makes that kind of trend very easy. And we can also, like, okay, identify trap volume on a 5 minute time frame, because already we know that, okay, they came down and they were like trying to send people down, but they didn't really go down to take out those who maybe have those who have been trapped right prior the London session, okay? But we don't care much about that. As I say, this is a clean and the most easiest trading strategy. We don't care about this. So one thing I can say now is two criteria have been met thus far, because our first criteria is, can we see trap volume before the equity opens? Yes, we can. Based on the charts, people down hard trapped, okay? And then now I just want to put this criteria on. The session has opened, so these are the things we wait for. So once the session is open, what do we now look for? We look for trapped volume, okay? And mostly it's gonna be easily visible on a 1 minute time frame. Even on a 5 minute time frame, we can see trap volume, okay? But the more uh, higher the time frame will be, that simply means, like, even the opportunities might be a little bit limited, but just know that sometimes a bigger time frame will show something better, okay? So now let's just reduce the speed, okay? I'm reducing the speed to 21 tickers, okay? So from here, guys, you have to be super patient, okay? Be super patient with me, okay? As I said, I want to see what prices is actually doing. What a price is doing. Okay, thus far, what I can say is, okay, but this didn't happen during the equity open. But one thing I can say is we have something like this. Okay, we have something like this. Okay, as you can see, this is where they are taking people up. Okay, but we are not gonna make any conclusion up until we see how and where are trapped traders, okay? Because we want to know those who are trapped and those who are actually feeling the most pain, because they are the ones who are actually gonna get punished, and we want to ride on that punishment so that we actually capitalize. And another important thing is we always target 50 pips. Why? Because you must understand that, okay, here we are not actually following the original trend, okay? And since we are not following the original trend, we must know that, okay, the opportunity might actually be in the form of a pullback. So if our opportunity comes in the form of a pullback, then that move is not gonna be that big, but most of the time it's gonna hit the 50 pips target, okay? 90 to 95% of the time it's gonna hit 50%. Yes, of course, there are days when, for instance, if it's a pullback, it might just go to 40, 45 and not hit 50. But 90 to 95% of the time it is gonna hit 50. Okay, so right now we are not gonna make any rational decision. We're just gonna wait to see what they are doing. Oh, okay, now it's like, okay, they gave a big, okay, the candle didn't close yet, so this is not a full engulf. Why? Because as you can see, they pulled back, okay? But we want to see what they will actually do. Let's just wait and be patient, okay? Because as you can see now, okay, prices have gone up, and yes, of course, seems like they're sending people up and up and up and up, but this is not a good engulf. Oh, okay, this is not a good engulf. As you can see, it came and came back, so this is not sufficient evidence. Okay, this is not sufficient evidence. As we can see, even on a 5-minute time frame, it did not really break to the downside, okay, completely. Okay, because if we were to, okay, adjust, we want to be sure, guys. The most important thing is we want to be sure. You see, if we were to adjust these lines, you will realize that, okay, yes, they gave a beautiful engulf on a 5-minute time frame. However, this engulf really didn't close below, so it is not much evidence that shows that they are now going, okay, let's see what they're building. Maybe now, let's see. Okay, uh the most important thing, guys, is to be patient and wait for the right evidence. Okay, in my videos, I've explained already what we are looking for. We are looking for engulf that shift the zones from trap traders. So thus far, what we can say is, okay, they are just going up and up and up, and they're using this as support and resistance. You know, some people believe in support and resistance, right? So that's what they are currently using. But this engulf didn't really break out. Had it broken out, really broken out, and closed as a breakout, then it would have shifted the zones from these guys. But the way it actually closed, it's still bouncing on the line, and so there are confusions, and we are not trying to buy or sell confusions. We need to be sure. Okay, of course, based on psychology, you can never be sure because nothing is guaranteed. This is a game of probabilities, but we need the edge. We need to make sure we have an edge. Okay, we need to make sure the odds are on our side, and to achieve that, actually, we will need to have a more clearer, a more cleaner, and a more um, and a reliable evidence. Okay, when I talk about evidence, I'm talking about the engulfing candle. So let's just wait and see. Okay, so they did not really explode. And okay, paying close attention to the 1 hour time frame, you realize, okay, we have a pin, and then we had a little bit of engulf. But let's just look what's happening. Let's look what's happening. Okay, thus far, what we can conclude is they are back in the center. Okay, they are back in the middle. Since they are back in the middle, okay, we can say thus far we have a high of the session and we have a low of the session. Okay, so we are not going to be making any irrational decisions, remember. Okay, so we have a high and a low. We don't know when it's going to be broken, but as as Peter Branded said, he always avoids making a decision when they are in either in a rage or whatsoever. In other words, he doesn't want to make a decision when they are still trapping. Okay, so that's how I interpret it for me. So I don't want to be part of trapping. I want to be part of something that is real. This, which is why I always draw my lines. But based on a 5-minute time frame and what I see something like a very explosive kind of trend happening. Even on a 15 minutes, I can say I see that. Guys, sorry, I'm talking too much. I'm explaining too much. I'm sorry. But I've explained this kind of trend lines whereby they establish a trend line down and then they move to a higher level and establish another trend line. So it could be 2 or 3 trend lines. These actually represent something like an explosive kind of trend in the direction of the underlying trend. And thus far, this is, as you can see, the slope, it's sloping upwards, and even here it's sloping upwards. Okay, so let's just wait and see what happens. Right now, all we can say is we are inside the rectangle. Okay, so we are doing nothing. We are sitting on our hands. Hence why I told you that when we get to this point, I'm really gonna slow down my charts, because I want everybody to feel and understand the importance of patience. Because if you want me to speed all these things, then in real charts you might struggle to see what is really transpiring. And the reason is the fact that you won't be used to patience. So whenever you are backtesting, okay, and engulfing is coming, okay, it's coming on a 5-minute time frame, okay, let's wait. What you really want is you want the circumstances or the environment to be very similar to a real uh, live trading instance. Okay, Now they've engulfed, okay, but the problem now is we are still inside here. Okay, we are still inside here, and as Peter Brandon said, I don't want to be making a decision when we are in here. Okay, and of course we have something like this, but and again the problem is, okay, we are still in here, and here it didn't really close with that one engulf. I don't need multiple candles, I need one engulf, which forms evidence. The most important thing is the evidence, because that engulf must immediately shift zones from trap traders, and thus far we don't have that. Okay, so regardless of the results, if it's a win it's okay, if it's a loss it's okay. The most important thing is risk management. Okay, hence why I'm gonna be taking a 0.02 kind of trade on an equity of $100. Okay, let's just see what happens here. Let's just see. Okay, okay. As you can see here, they gave it in golf, but again here they didn't give it in golf, and my executions are based on a 1 minute time frame. However, another thing you should know is we want the most cleanest and the most obvious trades, and now they are just inside this. They made a high and a low, so we don't know if they are gonna go or break out in which direction. Just give them time, allow them to trap. Okay, allow them to trap. As you can see, even on a 1 minute they are holding the level and they're literally going nowhere. And let's just blow up the 5 minute time frame so that we can see everything clearer and just to see what's happening. Okay, they have trapped and they broke down. Are we gonna see an engulf that shift the zones immediately? If they break out down here and then, okay, maybe close here as a here below this candle, we will see what happens. Okay, so let's just be patient and relax. If they break out with an engulfing candle, that's when we can get in. But you see, this is the low, this is the high. We need the extremes to be taken out first. Okay. Sorry, it's kind of hot here. It's very, very hot. Very hot. Okay, now they are just inside, they are literally doing nothing. Okay, so guys, one thing I'll tell is it's not about entering early or catching the low or catching the high, which is why we also target 50 pips. We know we're not gonna get the high and we're not gonna get the low. We want evidence. Okay, so as you can see right now, they haven't broken out, they haven't done anything. Okay, so I'll only get interested once they've broken out of the extremes. Why? Because that will tell us that, okay, now they are out of the trapping. And somebody might ask, okay, what if they break out and what they give is actually a stop hunt? Oh, fine. If they break out, if the breakout candle is a very convincing engulf that actually has shifted zones from trap volume, I'm gonna execute it. Okay, but if it's not a convincing candle, I'm gonna wait for the following candle, because if it's a stop hunt, chances are they will break out and come back with a rarer track. Okay, so those are the things we wait for evidence. Okay, because sometimes, guys, you're never gonna know if you'll never be sure. You'll never ever be sure. Okay, you'll never be sure. One thing you should know is that, okay, there'll always be an opportunity, hence why you execute all your opportunities the way you do each and every opportunity. Okay, it's rinse and repeat. And if the market decides to do something opposite, you're gonna take that loss, but it's one loss and your risk reward is good, so you should not worry. Okay, because I've realized that most people are so scared of losses. If you're scared of losses, you are not actually gonna make anything. Why? Because uh there is no results until you execute. Okay. Oh wow, we're getting a beautiful engulf. Let's wait. We are waiting for them to break out of this nonsense, okay? Because we don't want to be part of it, okay? We don't want to be part of this trapping. So as I was saying, there are people who are so scared of entries. They're scared of entering. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm right? Well, then you'll never know if you're wrong or right up until the time you really, really decide to actually execute. Okay, so work on it. Backtest, and then execute. Okay, let's see if they will break out. So right now we just want them to get out of the nonsense. As Peter Brendan always says, he tries by all means to avoid entering when they are trapping, okay, because they can just bounce. Okay, it looks like they've pinned, they are bouncing. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, yes, it seems like they're reversing. So let's just wait. Oh, yes, they pinned. Yes, I expected something like this. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're just trapping. Okay, they're just trapping, really, really doing nothing. They are just trapping, as you can see. Okay, they're just trapping. So we are not deciding up until they get out, they break out. Okay, okay, up until they break out. Yes, it is session time, and it's up to you to decide, because with indices they move them anytime. If you look yesterday, they moved indices around 9 p.m. Sometimes they move them around 10 p.m. Okay, so they are sneaky most of the time, and it's less way cheaper to move the market when there are only a few people on the market than it is to actually move market when there is a large volume. So sometimes obviously they will, okay, as you can see, they are still trapping inside the box, and we don't want to be taking irrational decisions up until maybe the time when they actually do what, break out. Okay, so that is important. Let me expand my lines as they continue with their trapping. So guys, I believe you, if you are watching this to this point, I believe you see that the most important thing is actually patience. Patience is important, okay? And another thing I will say is, like, study trapping patterns, rectangles. uh Okay, I'll show you a book. I'll show you a book. Actually, there's a book by Shabaker. Shabaker. It's called Stock Market Profits and Technical Analysis. I think it's something like that. I'll show you that book. That book has a lot of reversal patterns. So you need to know reversal pattern and continuation patterns, okay, to actually take advantage of these kind of strategies. As you can see, they're doing nothing. They're just consolidating. And a 1 minute time frame, it's quite clear. On a 15-minute time frame, again, it's quite clear. We can see what they are doing. Okay, we just have something like a very, very, very explosive kind of trend. But right now, what are they doing? Literally nothing. They're just playing inside, and we are not gonna do anything until they break out. So it's all about sitting on your hands. Okay, sit on your hands. Now my concern is that this video is getting way too long. Okay, that's my concern. Okay, the video is getting too long, but anyway, now it's about sitting on your hands, and I'm doing nothing. Let's see. It's like they are bouncing, uh creating an illusion of support and resistance. I don't know what they are doing. Okay, they broke out. Okay, they broke out. Yes, they broke out. You see, now on a 5 minute time frame, we have a beautiful, okay, I'm gonna pause this right here. Okay, yes, I've paused everything right now. As you can see, you see now, this is an engulfing candle. So as it is an engulfing candle, I did say if they break out on a 1 minute time frame, we want to see the second candle. How and what does the second candle do? Look at the 15-minute time frame. This is an engulf, guys. Once they give this, chances are they are not gonna go down again, okay? Because everybody who actually sold here or believed in whatsoever nonsense they were doing here is literally trapped, okay, because of the engulf. Now this is sufficient evidence. When you look at it, they have broken out, okay? So one of two things might happen. they might come back and pull back. But as I always say, these are actually indices, and once they have trapped them, they move away from trap volume, they are gonna explode, they are gonna punish. Okay, so when it's like this, I will just want to enter, so I can use any lot size because I have an account of $100, and these are indices. I will take 0.01. Okay, 0.01, and I will just like punch in either the prices or the stops. Okay, so I would rather say indices, it's gonna be usually I use a stop of roughly 15-18 on indices because I take them on MT5. MT5, it's better, it's easy because you just enter and then you drag your stops just below the candle, okay, the engulfing candle, and then you just double click and punch in 5,000. So right here it's TP. TP, I'm just gonna punch in it's roughly okay, this is gonna be yes, because it's 50 pips anyway, and these are indices. I'm gonna punch this, and for my stops, what I will do is I will just punch in I don't know, let me punch in maybe 18. 18, okay, 18, let's see, okay, it's 18, wait, no, this is a T, yes, I'll punch in maybe 18 pips, okay, because this is a low risk kind of trade. So I will do what I will buy, okay, I will buy. So as you can see, here is my stop, but no, I don't want my stop to be here. I want my stop to be roughly below the engulf. So let me just add and say 21. Okay, 21, 1, 2, okay, that's what I want. Okay, but unfortunately I've bought already. Okay, let me just okay, I don't know, but I bought already. So okay, let me just continue with it because I've already bought. But what I want was I actually want my stops to be below the engulfing candle, and this is honestly sufficient evidence. Why am I saying this is sufficient evidence? Obviously these are indices, okay, so if they were like tricking, they would have broken out on a 1 minute time frame and immediately pulled back in a railroad track. Okay, that is what they do if they are actually giving a stop hunt. But once they break like this and the second candle is also continuing, I believe if you look in my community, I've posted trades whereby they've broken out and I waited for the following candle. And the reason behind that is that I know these are explosive kind of trends. As I always say, chances are they're never gonna pull back into your entry. Okay, they're just gonna explode straight. Why? Because they are trap volume. So as you can see, they use the rectangle to trap volume both sides. And again, let's see, before they broke out, what did they give on a 1 minute time frame? We see like, okay, we see the slope again. These kind of slopes are amazing. Okay, we see the slope again. This slope is very important, more especially if it's in line with the underlying trend. Okay, as you can see. So now I'm just gonna allow this trade to run. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, and as you can see, I've paid whatever spreads is required. Okay, so I'm clicking run. So let's just see what transpires. Okay, let's see what actually transpires. So as you can see, on a 1 hour time frame, uh okay, seems like they're coming to close me. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's see. So if you see here, my target is here, it's only 50 pips. Why? Because I didn't try to catch the low. So now I know I'm in the middle. Okay, and when I'm in the middle, I'm not gonna try to target as many pips as I would when I'm catching the low. And you already know that my thesis is I don't want to catch the low. Okay, I don't want to be part of the low. I just want to catch a trade where there is sufficient evidence. Okay, if it was a currency, I was gonna wait for it to pull back and then give me an engulf. But as I always say, indices are highly explosive. Once they have trap volume, they are gonna go straight. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just wait and see. Okay, so for indices, I just wait for evidence, which is an engulfing candle. I don't really want to wait for something like a pullback, then an engulfing candle. Why? Because most of the time you ain't gonna get that on indices. Okay, so that's something just to be aware of. Okay, that's the difference between indices and currencies. Currencies, like they will pull back and then shift the zones. Okay, so it's completely different. My entries on indices is actually different to my entries on something like what we call on something like indices. Okay, so yes. Okay, let's see. Thus far there's $35, and $35 is a lot on $100 account. Okay, it's a lot, and you want to manage your risk very well. And one thing I hate is trailing stops, guys. And if you watched my video, I told you that these kind of trades will explode and your take profit will mostly be hit in less than 15 minutes. Okay, so I know that you guys hate long videos. I don't know if I should take another trade, but let's see. I hate trailing stops. That's one thing about me. Oops, 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 they're coming back for me. But what I do is I take my trade and walk out of the screen. Okay, I just close my chart and come back after an hour. That actually helps me. I actually avoid being emotional and all sort of problems, because you might, like you see now, they are trying to turn and do whatsoever. So when I'm off the screen, I don't see all this nonsense, because they are always gonna come and try to scare me out of a winning trade. Okay, so those are the things that will happen. They've pinned. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, they've pinned. They're pinning double just near my take profit. Boom. Oh, okay, my take profit has been hit. So as you can see, prices seem like they are still going up. So I don't really care if they continue or if they go 500 pips. My job is done. I'm out of the screen and I'm going to continue with my days. The only challenge, as you can see here, is the fact that you have to be super patient. Okay, and you have to actually avoid taking trades when they are actually trapping. Okay, this one, like the trapping was a little bit easy. As you can see, they gave us a rectangle, but for some they won't give you something like a rectangle. And besides, this to me actually looked like an explosive kind of trend. Okay, because they give the first trend line, they give the second trend line, and I just chose a random day. I will do this most of the days, just to share with you how I actually tackle this. I would like to take another trade, but I don't know, because I will have to allow this charts to at least complete the day, and then again I will have to speed them up until the session begins. So if I'm gonna be taking another trade, that simply means, why is, okay, did I not, okay, fine. If I'm gonna be taking another trade, then it's gonna be roughly 1 hour 30 minutes. But okay, I don't know. I wish this was a live so that we can go through this together. And guys, I always post my trades in the community because I believe in evidence. Okay, I believe in evidence, because I can't be telling you things that I don't take. I can't be telling you things that I don't have evidence for. That's why I always post my trades in the community. And some people will think, oh no, no, this is not real. This is what. Here, this is MT4. Okay, I always take my trades on MT5. That's why you will see that on everything on my screenshots, I use MT5. I trade on MT5. Okay, not on MT4. So I do my analysis mostly on MT4, because you know that once you load a lot of indicators on MT5, it starts lagging. So I want to be analyzing on MT4 and then taking my trades on MT5. That's what I really do always. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, I never post results from trades taken on MT4, because I don't trade with MT4. I trade with MT5. Anyway, now as you can see, my take profit has been hit, and of course, yes, they are still going up. Okay, besides, this is an explosive kind of trend. Okay, so we don't know how far they're gonna go up, or if they are gonna reverse. But one important thing is our day is done. our job is done. We are coming back the following day. Okay, one trade per day. Don't give back what you've made. Okay, as you can see, I've just made 50 pips. That means tomorrow, if I take another win, I have doubled my account, and my risk is very, very low. Okay, my risk is very low. Okay, so this is how you would actually this is how I trade every day. Same criterias. If you go to my videos, I tell you identify trap volume before the session, wait for the equity to open, identify trap volume during the session itself. And I always say that on a 1 minute time frame it's going to be more visible. And I always tell you that I have different kinds of charts open at the same time, so that I can really see what's transpiring. Okay, and once I identify trap volume, now I need evidence. I need an engulf that immediately shifts volume from trap volume. And this is not these are not currencies. These are indices. Once they give you confirmation, chances are they're never gonna pull back into your entry. You will not see any drawdown. Chances are they're gonna go straight and explode straight, and they're gonna hit your 50 pips quite quick. Okay, because 50 pips is nothing. Okay, for an index. So that's why we trade this kind of strategy. And we also know that, okay, sometimes it's gonna be a pullback that we are gonna get. Okay, maybe the trend is going up. I don't really care if the trend is going up. Okay, if it's a pullback, it's fine. These are indices. Once they have trapped, they will go at least 60 to 80 pips just to punish the volume that has been trapped. Okay, so even if it's a pullback and prices are gonna continue in line with the trend, I don't really care about that, because I know that those who are trapped are gonna be punished. Okay, so that's the thesis I have on this kind of strategy. Okay, that's what I understand about the strategy. That's what I came to actually develop on the strategy. Okay, because I don't care if I'm going against the trend. I don't care if I'm going against what. I just want something that's simple and repeatable each and every day. And as I always post in the community, guys, this happens almost every day. Okay, this happens almost every day, and it really took time to actually identify this kind of strategy. Okay, because it's about, that's why I told you, sometimes I just look at my charts and I just ask myself what happens frequently. Okay, and of course sometimes you have to pray and ask God for wisdom. That's the first and most important thing. Okay, so even when you come to your charts, you won't see things the way you used to see them. Okay, because God's intervention is amazing. Okay, so guys, I think I'm done, because if I'm gonna wait for all this to happen and then I'm gonna wait for another trade, it's actually gonna take more than 2 hours, and I know you guys won't even be interested in watching a video of 2 hours and more. So I believe we're still gonna do this live, and the tool is in my description for those who need it, because you can just download your data and then select a date. Maybe you can select a date 4 years back, 5 years back, 10 years back, and then you can just back test. But the most important thing, as I always say, is spend enough time on your charts back testing. I backtest more than 4 hours each and every day, and this is why. It's because I allow the trade to run, okay, slowly during the session time, so that I can like feel reality. Because in reality, it's not like you're gonna come and then speed up things and then bring it to the engulf, like click on each candle, click on each candle, click for the next candle up until it gives you maybe evidence, and then you execute that evidence. No, on a real chart, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to be patient. So even when I'm back testing, I actually want to feel that patience. Okay, when I get used to it, it actually allows me to sit on my hands. So guys, all in all, in short, I believe you saw uh everything that transpired up until the trade was taken. Okay, they were trapping. So everybody who went down, who went down got actually punished. Okay, and once they break up, chances are they're gonna explode. I wait for the second candle on a 1 minute time frame, but on a 5 minute it might be a very beautiful engulf, as you can see, even on an hour. But obviously if you're going to be trading an hour, the opportunity is already gone, because we have 61-minute candles. Okay, on a 15 minutes we have 15 minutes, we have 15 1 minute candles. So you can see on a 5 minute, at least it's 5. 1 minute candle. Okay, so this actually was a good kind of trade. And guys, I wish you all the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful Saturday, and I'll see you today 8 p.m. on the meeting. Those who don't have the playbook, guys, you can join the meeting here on YouTube. And for those who have the playbook, I will send you like emails. Okay, and yeah. So guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you.